fall flavors are shining in today's recipe with Jacob Dickey as he joins us to cook up a storm. Okay, fall flavors on the menu once again. It is the season.
You know, and I was trying to decide, do I want to do a side dish for Thanksgiving, or sometimes too leading up to Thanksgiving? You know, we're a couple weeks away. We still want to have some fall flavor. We don't have to prep for Thanksgiving quite yet. And so I think this is a meal where the next week or two you could incorporate this in, get a lot of fall flavor, and I think you're really going to enjoy the finished product with this here.
Okay, I'm seeing cranberries, which definitely scream holidays, because it's really what other time do you eat cranberries?
That's true. Yeah, cranberries tend to be more of a Thanksgiving and Christmas type of dish. You know, maybe if you like brunch, you have some cranberry juice in the morning, but you know, as far as the berries themselves, we're going with that in the crock pot here. We're also going to have that fall flavor brought together with some of those fall seasonings, the thyme and rosemary, and then this got a little bit of red wine glaze. It's similar, you could think, to the beef bourguignon that I did.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be, there'll be some similarities with this dish here as we get it started.
Okay, what are we getting started? Because it looks like it's simmering away here. Yeah,
first things first. So I did a little cooking in the kitchen. You'll see on the video here that I've got in the skillet pan. First thing we want to do is we want to sear our beef short ribs. We're making an autumn beef short rib recipe. The reason I want to sear this, and I know some people will say, oh, that's an extra step. When you sear it, you're adding so much more flavor to that. You're trapping in that flavor, giving it a nice crispy coating to where when it cooks, it's just going to add so much more. Now, you can get away. You don't have to do it here, but as you see that video, I'm flipping that in the pan there in a little oil. Takes 10 minutes of time in the morning first thing. The rest of it is slow cooker all the way. You can see also I'm adding the broth in here. That broth is a mixture of some beef broth and some red wine that's in there as well, and that's in that video here. So that's kind of one of the early steps that we got before we get to this point right here. So now we can see we got this crock pot going. In that, we just added our short ribs in there to the crock pot. We poured the broth on top, and I'll go ahead and open the lid for you and get a look in. You'll see the cranberries on top there for now. With that, I've also had some carrots, some onions, and some shallots that I've sliced and diced and put in there. And they have been marinating low and slow for about 6 hours. About an hour, hour and a half before you're ready to serve, throw some cranberries in there and let it finish cooking with that. And then you'll have your dish that is ready to go. Again, the interesting thing, one of my favorite things to do, and it's a very French thing, is to cook beef with wine. I've got this wine. Whoa. That's a little light there, Heather. Did you have something to do with that?
You're so cute.
I know. No, take your old wine. You know, sometimes you're like, I got a bottle of wine.
Who has old wine?
Well, if you drink a bottle and, you know, you don't get to it for a couple of days, maybe you're not not everyone is a wine fan like you, Heather.
No.
But if you've got an old bottle, save that for when you cook. It'll be just fine. The one I've got here is a semi-sweet red blend. You know, you can do some Cabernet Sauvignons. You can do white wine cooking and things of that. So just don't ever throw out your wine.
Okay, but if you don't drink wine, can you use something else, like just beef broth?
You could. I think the wine adds a lot of flavor. And the other thing, too, is when I cook it, I'm cooking out the alcohol. So you can buy a cheap red wine. It will add tons of flavor. You know, you can find them under 10 bucks a lot of times at some of the discount dollar stores. We don't need a high-end fancy blend of wine for this here. We just want some of that extra flavor that's going to come from that. That's all going to marinate in here low and slow for about 6 hours with those carrots, shallots, the onions, all those seasonings in there. I laid it on top, and it is going to be ready to go. The other thing, do you have a good mashed potato recipe?
Besides just potatoes, milk, and butter?
Yeah. Do you have one for the crock pot?
No.
See, people a lot of times boil their potatoes and do that. Save some time. I got some crock pot mashed potatoes that will be getting ready to go here. Just put the potatoes in there with some chicken broth, and I tell you what, I'll put the recipe for that online. This one's actually going to be a dairy-free one. My wife has a dairy allergy, and so we often go dairy-free. So if you're looking for that recipe, just crock pot, it's easy. Slice them up, throw them in there, forget about them for 6 to 8 hours, let them do their thing.
We're going to let our cranberries kind of finish cooking.
Yeah, they're going to do a little bit of chit-chatting in there still, so.
Okay, well, and then we're going to mash up some potatoes. But thank you so much. This looks and smells delicious. If you are looking for some fall flavors, definitely check out this recipe, which Jacob will post probably on his Facebook page, but for sure we'll have it at CI Living.
Yeah, I'll get on my Facebook page. It'll be after the show.
There you go. CILiving.tv as well. The big reveal coming up.